gathering the statement which I will also share with you. The statement reads as follows. We, the undersigned members of Parliament from Mount Kenya East, comprising of Meru, Tharaka Nithi counties, Embu and Tharaka Nithi counties, wish to express our dissatisfaction with the happenings in the Senate regarding the Senate Deputy Speaker, Professor Kithure Kindiki. A motion to impeach Professor Kindiki has been tabled in the Senate. We wish to state as follows. Professor Kithure Kindiki has had a long relationship with both His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and His Excellency the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, dating back to their pre-presidency days. Professor Kindiki was a lawyer and advocate for His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta and His Excellency William Ruto at The Hague during their trial and tribulations in that court. The outcome, to the joy of all Kenyans, was in favor of the two. Professor Kindiki was instrumental in the formation of the Jubilee Alliance that went to form the government in 2013. Upon the successful election of His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto, Professor Kindiki was appointed the majority leader in the Senate, a partisan position that he served both with dedication and distinction for 5 years. The government never lost any bill or any action in the Senate during those 5 years. Professor Kindiki then went to sit with the other like-minded leaders to form the Jubilee Party, where he participated in the drawing of his constitution and manifesto, and worked tirelessly towards the success of the Jubilee Party in the 2017 elections. After the elections, Professor Kindiki was appointed the Deputy Speaker of the Senate, a position he took with the gusto and selflessly served the government in the Senate in that capacity. The position of Senate Deputy Speaker, and I want to reiterate this one, the position of the Senate Deputy Speaker is an omnipartisan position, just as is that of the Senate Speaker. This is because those two offices are the echelons of House leadership in the Senate. The Senate Deputy Speaker cannot take sides, even in disputes between any members and their respective parties. What offense or crime has Professor Kindiki committed? Throughout his period of service, Professor Kindiki has maintained a very dignified and respectful attitude to the party leader and has never, at any given time, disrespected him. The Jubilee Party donated Professor Kindiki to Parliament as an impartial umpire or arbiter, a role that requires absolute neutrality at all times. How is he expected to get involved in party disputes and still command the unwavering respect from all members of Parliament when presiding over the House business and arbitrate when members bring disputes to him for resolution? Because of the neutrality of the position of the Senate Deputy Speaker and the professionalism with which Professor Kindiki has discharged his duties, Professor Kindiki has never taken sides in the ongoing political groupings in the country, lest that compromises the neutrality and professionalism. Even in the last Parliament, Kindiki withstood the strong opposition in the Senate and delivered the government agenda as required of his mandate. Honorable Kangata sent via the press that Kindiki told him over the phone that he never saw the SMS that was sent on Sunday afternoon inviting the PG the following day at 8 a.m. It is actually true that the party sent the text to an Airtel number that belonged to Professor Kindiki that is no longer in use. This is because there have been no PG meetings in the recent past, and Professor Kindiki cannot be blamed for this. Now, therefore, having presented the case of our colleague as above, we wish to point out as follows. We may be closing the stable after the horse has bolted. The case for Professor Kindiki may already been decided, but we must express our dissatisfaction to the process, which in our view is engineered by ulterior motives. The position of Deputy Speaker was a negotiated settlement given to Mount Kenya East after elections. Hence, we do feel some sense of entitlement to it. But since we cannot purport to inherit our brother's position, we humbly let it go. We, the representatives of the people of Mount Kenya East, comprising of the above communities, that is the Embu, Meru, and the Kindiki, do not hesitate to recount our protest to His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta as regards what is happening to Professor Kindiki. We have always voted with our brothers and sisters from the rest of Mount Kenya region, and at no time have we abandoned or betrayed them. The treatment being meted out to Professor Kindiki is unmerited, unwarranted, and to say the least, disrespectful of the people we represent. However, as we have very few options left, may we commit all this to the Lord, our God, to make judgment and amends to us in the most efficacious manner possible. In the near time, and cognizant of the fact that the government has put in place measures to ameliorate the spread of COVID-19, and recognizing that the government has not allowed the opening and operation of the government has allowed, I think I need to repeat this one so that it's gotten correctly. In the meantime, cognizant of the fact that the government has put in place measures to ameliorate the spread of COVID-19, and recognizing the government has now allowed the opening and operation of restaurants, bars, and other business entities, we now call upon the Ministry of Health to put in place safety measures to allow the opening of churches, mosques, and other places of worship, so as to allow the poor Kenyans to pray for the country against this pandemic and other calamities bedeviling the country. I thank you. Asante sana. You may have any question, you may be able to raise. Then we can move to the second level where we address the Merus and the Embus and the...
Watu wanakufanyia ukora fulani, wanataka kukuadaa ati usipangie maneno ya 2022, iko mbali sana. Usidanganywe. Kama tunapangia safari ya mbinguni ambaye tujui itafika siku gani, tumeambiwa tutaenda mbinguni. Naona mareverend wako hapa, hata baba yangu hapa ni reverend. Wanatuambianga tujipange safari ya kuenda mbinguni, na tujui hiyo siku itafika siku gani. Je, itawezekanaje tushindwe kujipanga safari ya hapa duniani ambayo tunajua mwaka, tarehe na siku? Kura itapigwa tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 2022 kuanzia saa 12 asubuhi mpaka saa 11 jioni. Unakwenda tebana na 2022. Unakwenda tebana na 2022.
Ni kama tumeanza kupoteza network. Tumekuwa nchi ya kuzozana na matusi. Kwa sababu tunaheshimu rais wetu. Tunaheshimu Rais Uhuru Kenyatta kama kiongozi wetu na baba wa taifa letu. Hatuna shida yeye kupatana na rafiki yake Raila Odinga wafanye amani katika nchi, kwa sababu hakuna mtu anataka vita. Sisi hatuna shida. Uhusiano huo ni uhusiano mzuri. Bora usitumiwe kuharibu chama chetu tunachokipenda cha Jubilee. Na kwa sababu mimi ni mtu ya Jubilee, na ninasema tunaheshimu rais wetu, tunaheshimu hata rafiki yake former prime minister. Pia yeye nataka kuambia mzee prime minister Raila Odinga, pia ni lazima aheshimu William Ruto kama naibu wa rais wa nchi ya Kenya. Raila Odinga must respect His Excellency William Ruto, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. sababu heshima na kidharaka kugaga ndoni cha tobagana ukakuwa ni mudhonu na ingotea na wewe mudhonu wa waterema. Kwa hivyo sisi hatuna shida na maneno ya handshake, we support it 100%, na hiyo maneno Raila alifanya ni mzuri, lakini rais wetu pia akumbuke ni kiongozi wetu wa chama chetu na akumbuke ni kiongozi wa serikali yetu. Urafiki na rafiki yake prime minister usitumiwe kuharibu umoja wa nchi ama kutukana kiongozi wetu, msaidizi wa rais ambaye ni William Ruto, rafiki yetu.
Kuna watu wengine wamepata viti kidogo, kiti ndogo tu, mtu mdogo. Kenya hii ni kubwa, my friend. This country is big. Kupigiwa kura hii Kenya is not a joke. Mtu amepewa kakiti kidogo, kiburi imemjaa, kichwa imefura, aoni watu wengine, akiamuka kazi yake ni kutusi deputy president, kwa sababu sasa anajisikia yeye ni mtu mkubwa, anatoshana na huyo. Nataka wananchi wote wa Kenya wanisikize, kutoka Lamu mpaka Busia, kutoka Namanga mpaka Turkana. This country has a president. Kweli ama urongo? This country has a deputy president. Kweli ama urongo? Wale viongozi wengine pia wako, hata viongozi wa upinzani wako na tunawaheshimu. Lakini haitawezekana sisi tufungwe mdomo, tusiongee, lakini watu wengine wasimame hadharani ya watu na kutusi viongozi wetu ambao wamechaguliwa na kura zetu kama wananchi.